A very good morning to you and welcome to Table Talk. This is Benway Television. We are very happy to be back here in the studios of this television station to reach out to you on this very important topic. We're looking at the prospects of Governor Alia's thank you tour to the 23 local government areas of the state. Remember that Benway is made up of 23 local government areas, including the state capital, which is Makurdi, and the governor, since after election into office as the executive, the number one citizen of this state, embarked on numerous projects and is trying to reshape the state and bring back the past glory in the best ways, he is trying to do. But this time around, after 1 year in office, he has decided to embark on a thank you visit to the 23 local government grouped in zones. And yesterday, he was in Kasnala to see with the people of Ukum, Logo, and Kasnala, which is the headquarters of Sankara. There was a mammoth crowd there, and a lot transpired as political actors in the political theater of Benue State spoke at various degrees, expressing how much of the support they have in store for His Excellency. We shall get to unfold as the events are also coming, but we shall take a look at the itinerary and what is expected across these 23 local government areas. My name is Japhet Kwahom. I'd like to welcome a prolific writer and, of course, one whose pen would never stop floating. I want to welcome former Chairman Anna, Benue State. I'm talking about Paul Uga. I'd like to say welcome to the studios of Benue Television once again.
Good morning. You always flatter me. I'm just learning. I'm just starting.
But you have many books. You have many books to your credit.
Yes, I'm still
not even done
learning
reading.
and starting.
Yes.
Thank you very much. It's nice being here once again.
Yes, it's nice to be with you, Paul Uga. The governor is going to visit Zone C too. That's the last place he's going to visit. And yesterday he started with zone A, but this part was the Sankara axis, comprising the 3 local government areas. There are several communities in Sankara, the Shitile and the rest of them. There are too many to mention. Now, a lot of things took place. The politics of this country is like a theater, so there must always be drama on stage. But from what I have observed, Senator Dr. Talking about Senator Anja Barnabas Gamade, former national chairman PDP, now former candidate of the go-back candidate of the APC in Benue State, and of course former senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, has thrown his weight heavily behind His Excellency Reverend Father Dr. Hyacinth Malia. I would want you to count on this. Let's begin our analysis from there. I shall let you in on what most of them also spoke at the venue. But Anja Gamade made a lot of significant statements. He declared and said in very clear terms that there is no longer any political godfather in the state. I don't know. Let's dwell on that.
Oh yes, because as he's moving around the state, a lot of witness how he started. They said one can assess the performance of a masquerade through the first step.
Yes.
Take to the arena of a dancing place. Many people have seen what the governor have started, and electioneering has gone. Now it's time for governance, and a lot of people are waiting to interact with him, and even those that were not supporting him from the beginning.
Yes.
I think because of his performance, the people are now changing their mind to support him.
Now, there was another drama that took place over there. There was burning of PDP cards. That's membership cards. It's the usual tradition. If APC goes to a state or if PDP visits a place, people will have to burn their cards and maybe join the other political party. It's not just happening in APC. So yesterday, a great number of persons decamped officially to the All Progressives Congress.
Yes, that is why I say earlier that now it is the period of governance, and then people have seen what he has started to do in Benue. People have started seeing his his transformation agenda in the state, and those that were in the other camp, because seeing how he's performing, I think there is always political politics or politicians, they always open their door for new entrants, and even their opponents, they always embrace them. And maybe so because of that, that is why people are now trying to say, well, if this, although I was not with APC from the beginning, and now seeing that this man is performing, there is need to join and give more idea for him to do more. I think maybe that might be the reason why some are not decamping.
But the confusion about is that I seem not to understand is that if, let's take for instance, if the former governor of the state visits Kasnala or Sankara, sometimes you see the same crop of persons still coming out for the campaign. So does it mean we are not aware of what we're doing, or we're just looking for some small cash and all of that? I don't really know, but have you observed what I'm talking about?
Well, looking at it critically, you discover that there are honest people, and there are some that just do that maybe for the financial benefit because of what they will get. But genuinely, people dump the idea when they discover that somebody is doing well.
Yes. So now, are you saying now that the decamping, from all indications, was coming from the people's heart, and they meant what they did at the Akuma Tongu Stadium where this event held?
Yes, why I believe that is because of what the governor is doing, because in the past, because this region, they are starting is not the government that share money. You know, people do that because of the benefit that they will get, financial benefit they will get at times. At the moment that person leave, another person comes, they will see the camp again to get money. But this present government is not a government that is sharing money like that. And anybody that want to decamp and join, maybe want to give idea, have an idea that you want to share. Not just for maybe say if I do that, I'll get money, I'll do that. So I think.
But I would like to still ask. This is something that we need to put straight. Maybe much later in the course of the program, we shall bring you a speech made by some of the actors and players in the politics of Benue, former ambassador to Russia and Belarus. I'm talking about Professor Stephen Ugba. Was also there, and he spoke to the Benue people live on TV, and the former Senator Andia Barnabas Gamade also spoke too. But the question I want to ask is, what do you think may have made a man like B.A.I. Gamade, who keenly contested with the governor, to come back to support more than even 100%, because he said it openly that he was defeated and now he truly wants to work with Governor Alia? Do you think, or what's your take on that?
Let me tell you, in our society, they say the failure is an orphan. I know once one is succeeding, success have a lot of children or followers. So because for now the governor is doing well, and because of that nobody want to identify with failure, and those of them that have even contested with him and lost along the line, they have seen that where this man is doing well, there's need to team up with him to, people always like to associate with good. And for that, that is why, to me, that is why I have moved Gamade to have say, yes, I will support him, but not as a godfather, but as a follower, share ideas to develop the state.
Yes. Now, I like to also say, these two political personalities made similar statement. The chief of staff to the governor, that's talking about Right Honorable Paul Biam, former majority leader of the state assembly, also said vehemently that the issue of Godfather in Benue is gone and will never return. I don't know why the issue of Godfather so loud in the politics of Benue.
Well, it's not only just politics of Benue. If you look at what is happening in Rivers State, it's also playing out there. The country has been held back by Godfatherism, and it is not something that is just happening now. And as a result of that, the country is not moving forward. Many states are not moving forward. because of godfatherism. At times godfatherism, instead of to guide and direct them in the right path, they dictate and shame them at what they're supposed to do, they are not be able to do. And many that have told that part have performed woefully bad. And as a result of that, people have seen and said, no, for me to touch life, to fulfill for them to fulfill their electioneering promises, they have to detach themselves. Not that they don't respect them as one who has been there before them,
yes,
but standing on the path of doing the right thing, doing things that will bring about development to the entire state where they are being given the mandate to govern.
It's all right. Now, the governor has, the most significant thing about this program we're talking about, the thank you tour to the local government, is a two-way thing. It receives assurance and reassurances from the politicians in that area, while the governor also reads out his intentions towards developing those areas. Like in Kasnala, Ukum, and Logo, there was a road construction project awarded. A road construction project was also awarded in Ukum, in Logo, and of course Kasnala. Now, formally, it used to be like a governor comes, makes a pronouncement, and goes. You never see such projects. But people were like, with the man like Governor Alia, it is going to be feasible. They will see the roads and all of that. What do you think about that?
Yes, that is why I said for now the man is performing and people are expecting a lot from him. By the time now he has given the promise, people are already watching out. And by the time he fulfills the promises, and the people will that will endear him more to the people from such area that he has made the promise and fulfill.
Yeah.
So what he's doing is the right thing, because he's interacting with people, and as he's visiting around, it is also opportunity for him to see where there is need for infrastructure or for things that need to be done in that particular area. This will give him a lot of opportunity to see things for himself, yes, instead of waiting for his staff or his subordinate to report to him that, Excellency, there's problem here and there. He will be able to see things for himself within the state, and by the time he'll start giving touch to some of all those things, it will bring about development to the entire state.
It's all right. Now, apart from this, the governor made a very important statement yesterday, which I think we need to harp on. He said he's open to criticism. The people should come up to tell him if there is any area he's not doing well, he's ready to make amends. And if there is any area that needs some level of improvement, he's also willing to welcome the people. And if anyone calls him and he's not available to pick the calls, they should report to some persons he cited in Sankara. I think he specifically mentioned a member representing the people at the Green Chambers, talking about Solomon Wombo and some other persons. Now, this is the first time a governor is openly saying, criticize me. In the state, I may have not witnessed, but this is where I was able to witness that criticize me if you feel I am not doing the right thing. Do you think the governor is going to have that large heart to welcome true criticism? Because sometimes it comes hard on you as a leader. Do you think he has the capacity to welcome such criticism, as he said?
Well, if you want to succeed in life, and if you don't open your door for criticism, especially constructive criticism, then you will not succeed. Because if you surround yourself with sycophants and all that to keep on praising you, even when you are going wrong, at the end of the day, you will not succeed and they will laugh at you. So what the governor said, that is a good thing. It's something that is going to put in on the right path. By the time the people start coming up and giving that advices, and where it's not doing well, where it's supposed to do to adjust, then it's going to help him. And I even want to advise him to that as he's going out, he should not take this to be APC affair alone. He should open give opportunity to people from such area, whether the person from Labour Party, PDP, or any other, for them to share ideas with him. With that, we'll be able to have a broad view of the area that he's visiting, instead of limiting himself to APC members alone to do the talking.
So, don't you think that was the reason why room or doors were open for members from the opposition camp to join? Because if you are interested in what one is doing, is it not, better to join the person rather than stay from afar and make some request?
Well,
if one joins you,
not everybody may have that mind. There are some that have their vision, that this is what they believe in their party, and they decide to remain there whether the party is in power or not. They have their ideas, and because they have interests of the state at heart, they can still remain there and share the idea with the governor. It mustn't mean that everybody must come from all the various parties to join the ruling party before they will give useful idea to whoever that is governed.
Well, in essence, you're saying that everyone has freedom to associate with any political party as enshrined in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Let's also take a look at what else do you think the Sankara people needs? Looking at it and from afar, concerns were raised regarding security.
I think the major thing that they need before any other thing is the issue of insecurity in that region.
Yes.
I've been to that place before. I've been to Good Success Academy in Zankara, and then in Ukun local government area.
Yes.
I think even when I was going, a lot of people were discouraging me not to go because of the insecurity in that area. So I think before anyone would think of going there to do business, if the security of that place is not guaranteed, then any other thing that you do, it will be in vain. So for him, if we want to really help them, I have to tackle the insecurity in that region.
Now, how do we address this? These were some of the issues that were raised. It is true. According to them, there are biological Fulani herdsmen attacking the communities in that place. There are also some thief sons, youths who have decided to hide in the bush and come back to launch attacks on their homes. How do we deal with this when the enemy is coming and you are also the enemy yourself?
Well,
what do you think can be done?
The issue there, as a governor who is in charge of the state, if we could talk to the people from the area. They have leaders in that place. The leaders, when I talk of leader, I talk of the chief. They know the bad boys, they know the good ones in that community. If they are willing to end the issue there, they will agree, come together and resolve their differences. Some of these things happen because of when one is attacked from certain community, revenge from the other angle will come from the other, and they keep on going like that, then the thing is not ending. So if all of them even come together and resolve that, yes, let us ensure that peace, we maintain peace in that region, they can tackle some of their differences and peace will definitely return to the place.
But I've just said here that the boys are in the bush and they have refused to come home. They have decided to become strangers to their home. How do we do it? Well, when someone has decided to live the life of a white creature, is no longer interested in living at home with you, how do you now reason and reconcile with this kind of person? Because even yesterday, there was a call, a clarion call for them to come home and unite with their family so that they can fight the enemy. Now, who is now the real enemy? Is it a foreign enemy or the enemy that is within?
The situation there is a very difficult situation, but it's not above solutions. If you want to do some of these things, you don't do it openly like this. Okay. There's a way that he could go to the people, talk to the elders, talk to some certain people that matters in that community. Even those boys that you talk of, they have people they listen to. If you go to the real people that they are connected to, talk to them and give them correct assurance, not deception. If you look at what happened in the past, that was what have made it very difficult for them now to believe. Because if there is concrete arrangement whereby assurance is given that when they are willing to change from whatever they are doing, their life will be safe. I think they will be willing. But when there is a lot of no assurance and not this, and at the end of the day, they don't want to come out and risk their life. But if they would do the work on the ground and reach out to those, they know in every community there are people that are connected to such people, that they listen to them. And if they penetrate, work, and before you bring it to the open, there will be, I think, solution to it will be found. Some time ago, that was done, even in the previous regime. I think we were near to it before the thing fall apart, and at the end of the day, backfired.
Very well, then. I want to ask you this question. You don't belong to that particular zone in the state. But what do you think could have made the governor to start to flag off the thank you tour in that particular place? Because there are 23 local governments. For him to have chosen to start with the 3 local governments which I have mentioned, don't you think?
That is what I told you earlier, that place is a volatile place, that people that are scared of going, maybe it's a way of reaching out to them, it's a way of appealing to them, it's a way of starting on the groundwork to resolve the crisis, the insecurity issue in that area. Because the insecurity in that place, if you look at it, there are so many issues that were responsible for it. And starting it there, I think is, as they said, charity begin at home. I think that is its zone 2. Charity begin at home. So yes, if you want to do anything, you have to at least start from your own house. By starting from your own house, then others will also see it. I think that is the reason why he decided to start it from that area.
It's all right. Now, beyond this, you know, the governor is going to several places. Yesterday, midnight, the governor was in Kwande local government in Adigbo. And the people were still patient enough to have waited from morning tea. There was a crossover to today. And these people were still patient. I was beginning to ask myself, what do you think could have made a people to become so patient, like a patient dog that we talk about?
Well, when people start to, when they believe in one, even you, if you believe in somebody and they give a time that is coming, maybe in the midnight to see you, you will wait till that midnight for the person because of the belief you have in that person, or because of the way you have studied the person through his actions and all that. But where there is no belief, you say, this man up till now is not here, they wouldn't have been able to wait for him that long. But because of maybe they have watched him from afar, the way he's doing things and all that, has made the people to believe in that, yes, once he said he will come at this time, he will come, and that was why they kept waiting for him.
So what do you have to say about dissenting voices from the opposition camps that it is not right for a leader to keep the subjects waiting for too long? What can you say about that? We have to balance the story.
Well, that is why he himself has openly said that people should bring out where he's not doing well for him to adjust, because nobody is a saint, nobody is God. We have our own shortcoming. Despite that he's performing, yeah, there is also other issues that, because as a human being, he's not God. So no man on earth is perfect. So that is why he has openly called on people that they should tell him where he needs to adjust. And looking at that, I think that could be another aspect that he has to work on himself, because when others are waiting for you for too long before you come, it could be another, they could read meanings to it, despite that they believe in you and keep on waiting for you until you visit. I think that is one of the areas that the governor have to give attention to. Before he give time for event, he should plan his time well. And if he discover that he doesn't have that time, he can quickly send somebody to represent him on time instead of keeping people waiting for too long. I think that is one of the major areas that he has to work on himself.
It's all right. I still want to ask you this question. You know that apart from Governor Alia, that we are trying to analyze his visit to the tour to the local governments he has embarked upon, Governor Apereku equally did a lot within a short time in the 80s before the military took over the stage and sent them away and brought in their government. Yet he was not loved and shown so much support like the present governor. What makes it so?
Yes, even though
Adasu too tried,
even during
never got that same
but
reception.
Look, starting from that of Aperaku, who has become a kind of a symbol for the state today. Well, during that time, actually, according to what we heard, that salaries of teachers were not being paid. He used a lot of this to develop infrastructure. That is where this present governor has differed himself. He's paying salary, he's doing projects. At that time, a lot of projects that he did, there was stories according to what you grow to meet that a lot of persons died during that period, even though he left a lot of legacy behind for the states.
But in all the governors of the states, it's only Governor Alia that is not owing so far. That he is in office. The rest of the governors owed. Aperaku owed 13 months. Adasu owed.
Well, we cannot say we cannot say Ali has not owed because his tenure is not over.
That's why I said so far. That's why I said so far.
Until the tenure is over, then we cannot give that.
It's all right. So let's leave Ali out. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Let's leave Ali out.
We cannot rule him out.
It's okay.
Now he is starting because other governors started like that too. Then along the line they're old.
Okay.
So now we cannot
don't you
rule
believe
him
in your
out.
governor again?
Well, no, we are still watching to see until the end of the day. Then you can give him that pass mark.
It's all right.
His tenure has not ended. He might even be given second tenure, 8 years. And at the end of the day, we don't know what will come out of it.
Of course, in Sankara, where the thank you tour was flagged off, the people of Sankara had already endorsed the governor for a second term. This is just after 1 year. And this is how we start politically. Now, before you know, the atmosphere becomes tense. Everybody wants to, okay, he has started, so let me also start. But let's not go political. Let's look at the antecedents, what's happening now. Now, I was trying to give you a background to some analysis so that we could know why. So that the next leader that comes on board will borrow a leaf. If truly there is something different Governor Alia is doing that the next leader needs to learn. Surely, even if it's after 8 years, he shall leave the stage someday for another person. I was trying to tell you that Governor Aperaku owed 13 months, which you also referenced. Adasu owed up to 6-7 months, thereabouts. He also owed teachers. Suswam, in fact, the civil servant, according to Suswam, when he spoke on Ashiwes FM, he said it was the civil servant that made him not to go for the Senate, where he was the first time he contested. Now we had Governor Otom, who also owed. Yet, if you take a look at it, the love for these particular people is different. People talk so much about late Reverend Moses Oshio Adasu, former governor, who brought a university, because they make reference to the legacies they left behind. So now, what do you think is that particular thing that has made, because this is just 1 year, that has made the people to like this present governor so much? Is it just about the project?
It's not,
because other governors who did projects.
It's not just about the project.
His support from the people is different.
When he started, even before, I think he started even paying people using the internally generated revenue.
Yes.
And something that has not been happening before. And when he started paying, people said, okay, now that he's paying, because what Benue people, even a lot of them expect that when you are paying, nobody will expect any other thing from you. But aside from that, he's going along to do projects. So this is through this means he has distinguished himself from the previous governor. But if he sustains it to the end, then we'll now give him the kudos that yes, he has actually achieved. And because of that, he has endeared himself to a lot of people. And people are still watching to see whether if he will sustain it or he will digress. But we are praying that he should sustain it.
It's all right. Now, the governor said there in Kasnala yesterday that so far he has not borrowed, as against what circulated in the media space, reported by some, persons that he had borrowed money to do some projects in the state and all of that. He said so far he has not borrowed a dime from any organization, from any bank. That is number one. Then number two, the governor also has given this reassurance that he will continue to sustain the payment. But people particularly may want to doubt. Minimum wage will be setting in soon. Do you see the governor as having the capacity to sustain this? Let's talk it from the.
Yeah, it just depends on the political will, as people will say. Even just yesterday, the governor of Nasarawa State said has already prepared, waiting for the federal government to come up with the minimum wage. Whatever they will arrive at, he will start paying the workers in the state. So I think a lot of them is just once you want to do the right thing, whatever that is achieved, since they have this passion for the people, once it's fixed, agreed, I think we'll be able to sustain it. It is all determine your own determination for your style of ruling, your style of governance and all that. I think you have come up to tell us clearly that it's for the masses. It has come to work and not just come to share money. I think we will be able to sustain it. Not just only him. Even the governor of those states have even started something. Has started paying 70,000 minimum wage to workers in the state. So I think a lot of governors will want to distinguish themselves by doing the rightful thing.
So you are now giving us the assurance that our governor too will be able to key in as other governors are giving the assurance. What makes you believe so much in the man governor there? This is a personal question. What has given you're not a politician.
Yes.
So what has given you the motivation to believe so much that he can do everything that the people of Benue are expecting of him?
Coming on board as a governor, there are a lot of tensions from here and there, a lot of intimidations from those that have been in politics, that where you have to dance to my tune, do this and do that. And that is what has been swaying people. You know, people that have come before as governor, know that they have that determination that I will come and rule bad. But when they come and see things and all that, and they fall victim to it or take that direction or that whatever that the Godfather dictated to them, at the end of the day, they start to sway. But him coming on board right from the beginning, he started doing things that people were not even expecting. Now, it's just 1 year in office. And there are things that we can now point out that, yes, this is what he has done, this is what he has done. Unlike before, that we have those that have done even 2 tenures, and we find it difficult to mention beyond 2 things or 3 things that they have done. So because of that, someone who has started, that's why I told us that from the beginning that you can assess masquerade through the first dancing step that he brought to the dancing arena.
You're so
now for him to have achieved this within a year, I think it made me to believe that whatever that is fixed, he will be among the governors that will not hesitate to pay that to his workers.
It's all right. Let's before we go on a break, I would want you to say something to the Dikampis. There is also a proverb, and this is coming from the Idoma land,
okay,
that a chicken does not step in a new place with its 2 legs. It steps with 1 leg.
Yes.
And from the outpouring from the Dikampis, it seemed as they were very much convinced where they were going.
Yes.
What gave them the conviction?
Well, they have seen what is already on ground, and seeing what is already on ground, taking the decision that yes, we are going to join them. That means they have already made up their mind to associate with the policy, with the type of leadership style that is going on at the moment.
That's right. Well, I think we're due for a break at this point, and we will be back shortly to continue with the program. Please stay with us. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the program. This is Table Talk on Benue Television, and we are here to take a look at the thank you tour of the executive governor of Benue State, which was flagged off in Katsanala, marking the visit to 3 local governments. That's talking about Logo, Ukum, and Katsanala, which is the headquarters of Sankara. Well, a lot took place there. We have been trying to analyze, and there is an itinerary that has been released to this effect. We shall take a look at his visit yesterday. Like I said, he was in Kwande late night, and the people were still there. And we had also done analysis on why the people are patient. It's because, according to you, they believe in the man who is on the throne. Now, he's also going to visit, he's coming back to Makurdi, and will also be in Boko, and there, of course, will be in Otukpo as well. Let's jump over to Otukpo. We shall come back.
Yes.
The question is, what do you think the people of Zone C are likely to ask the governor for? Because people are using this opportunity to request from the governor. We are supporting you.
Yes.
What can you do for us?
Yes.
It's collective bargain.
Yes.
What do you think the people of Zone C will ask for from the governor?
Well, as he's visiting there, he's going to see things for himself, and the major thing that people of Zone C would like to, to ask governor to do for them is the issue of the roads. If you go to Tukpo, a lot of the streets are in the bad state. Even the central one, though if it's federal government's roads, there are instances during the time of Governor Gabriel Suswan where he constructed federal road. At the end of the day, the federal government paid back the money. There are some certain issues that he can see that he need to give attention. Even some major streets too in Utukpo, also in the bad state, and that is the heartbeat of Idoma land. And now as a governor, once you are a governor of a state, you are not just a governor of a particular region where you come from as a chief man, or the political party you belong to as APC. It's now the governor of the entire state. And if you want to have that good achievement, you have to your record, you have to look at the whole entire state and leave your mark. So by the time you go there, the people will definitely ask him a lot of things that they need.
I was expecting you to talk about the people of Zone C at different levels. I have been there severally to drink palm wine and of course eat a grass cutter. But the problem is these people have been faced with water issues. I was thinking the first thing you would mention is water. Why did you skip water?
Well, water.
Because even in Otukpo, it's difficult.
When you talk of water, water is life, as popular adage you said. But before you get water, you have to use part to access where you can get the water. If he will go himself, he will see a lot of things by himself, except the people will decide to deviate through some certain angle, not for him to see the bad nature of the road. But I think I will appeal to those that will lead him there, let them pass through the normal route so that him as a governor will see part of the state where he is governed, so that he will see the streets and all that. I think before you talk of water, you have to get the part where you can pass to access water.
It's all right. Another thing I was also thinking about, you never mentioned insecurity in Otukpo, and recently mayhem was launched on Otukpo, which is the capital of Zone C. You know, almost every bank in Otukpo was robbed in broad daylight. That is exposing the capital of Zone C to show to the whole world that this place you can come and do whatever you want to do and go scot-free. I was thinking you request or say the people of Zone C should request for a stronger security outfit that will be able to mitigate any insecurity that arises from that region. And you never mentioned.
Yes, that is first of its kind in that part of the country or the state. Yes. Looking at Otukpo, comparing it to Sankara as is, there is relative peace there, and that one is just like maybe something from the blues. It just took everybody unaware.
Yes.
And it's not something that is constant. unlike other areas where the issue of kidnapping almost happen on the daily basis and killings on weekly basis and all that. That is why I say the major, if you ask anybody from Otukpo, the major challenge or among the few things that the person will mention, that of road will be on the front burner. That is the major thing that have affected that part of
but if I may ask you this question.
The issue of insecurity, the entire state is engulfed with that issue. But there are some area that is more pronounced than others. So Otukpo is not out of it too. But the rate of it is not as much as it is in other areas.
If I may ask further, why have we left so much infrastructural deficit for the present governor? This is not restricted to Zone C. This is, okay. I'm talking about Zones A,
okay,
B, and C.
Okay.
Don't you think the work is too much for the governor? Let me ask you this question. What were the leaders in Zone A doing in the past 16 or 20-something years? PDP ruled for 16 years, handed over the baton to the APC, ruled for how many years? You can count. Now, in Otukpo, which we call Texas, when I was younger than this, we could visit, we said we're going to Texas. Where is the beauty? What were the past leaders doing when even the major road that is connecting Benue through Otukpo into Enugu and all the other places is looking like a road that leads to your farm? What has really happened?
Well,
in the past?
In the state, we know the issue that is happening in the state. When Governor Gabriel Suswa was the governor of the state, you go to Sankara Aziz, you saw a lot of roads that are being constructed, how he developed the areas and all that. And when other governors came on board, you see their regions develop. For now, the governorship of the state is being restricted to only zone A and B,
and the
wait now,
his construction of roads
C have not been able to get that opportunity. If that opportunity start coming to zone C, that is why we talk of this power should be rotating, whereby one develop this area, move to another place, and that person develop that area, and then the state will be balanced.
Yes.
So that is one of the areas, one of the issues that have affected that the development of the place.
On that count, I agree with you 100% that the people of Zone C have been greatly marginalized when it comes to the issue of governorship, because I keep wondering, when will it be their turn? Let's call a spade a spade. They are part of the state. They are our brothers. I think you are very, very much correct about what you have said. However, I still like to ask, is construction of roads and projects all about having a governor from your zone? You have had Senate President twice in your state. Senator Ame Ebute was Senate President of this country. We have Senator David Mark, Senate President of this country. Now, Senate President means you are number 3 citizen of the state. What will stop you from having a road passing through your own hometown?
Yes, the senators have been there. You know, once you become a Senate President,
and you have also had ministers.
Number 3 citizens of
and you have always had number 2.
Yes, your responsibility is not limited to your state. You become a national figure. You look at the entire country, not just your place. But the governor is shadowed with the responsibility of taking care of the development of the state.
What are the members of REP doing with their constituency allowances and what the monies that are meant for constituency project? What are they not supposed to do when they are there? Are they speaking to the government to construct roads on their behalf? Does it mean they are there sleeping? This is the question. And it's not restricted to Zone C. Even in Zone A, there is infrastructural deficit. So why?
Well, it depends on selfish interests and things that have bastardized the system. You know, some go there, though they say they are going there for the masses, but they go there for themselves and their family. And at the end of the day, they will not have anything to point out that this is what they have achieved. But rather than amassing wealth for themselves and for their family. That is why we have these issues. And to give you example of like I think one state in Igbo land, they rotate the governorship. And when a particular governor assumed this, because say charity begin at home, he would transform his. I gave us an idea. Example when Suswan was there, the kind of road that did in Sankara Aziz. Even till today, you go there, you see a lot of places were open, a lot of places were tied, standard this thing. I think even when Alia came on board, new GRA within Makurdi here has been given a lot of facelift. A lot of road has been constructed there. Assuming somebody come from another Aziz, when Akume in his own time, his own area, in his own domains, develop it and all that. So by the time all this start to move around, you start seeing development across the state. It will not be lopsided. It will not be.
But I'm still emphasizing that. Don't you think this is too much load mounted on the back of a camel? Governor Alia is just 1 year in office. I'm not speaking for him,
I understand,
but I'm feeling it. Because if I was the governor now, I keep asking myself, we have 23 local governments. Okay, yesterday alone, 3 roads were, awarded for construction in only zone. That's Sankara. I'm not just talking about the entire zone A. Road construction is one of the most expensive projects a government can embark upon. So when this much load is heaped on the governor, don't you think he might break down along the line? And then the question straight is, what have our representatives, what have they been doing? You have not answered that part of it. What have they been doing with the monies that are supposed to come to, their various constituencies?
No, I've already pointed out that a lot of them went there for their own selfish interest and their family, nothing else. And there are some that
have a right
contribute to their, according to the law of this country, since we have been this, have you ever heard that one House of Representative or Senator has been recalled since the beginning of democracy of this our unbreaking democracy from 1999 till now, 25 years of democracy, as a single one being. There have been several attempts, but it's not working. So that is why they go there, they become semi-god, and they do whatever they do until they step down.
Right, very well then. So now looking at the governor is coming back to Makurdi, and is going to Zone B. Is also an area for us to take a look at. We also have representatives here. You see, governance has to do with synergy. You work together to achieve results. There is something I'm beginning to observe. In Kasnala, Senator representing Zone A was unavoidably absent. It's only the House of Rep member that was there. That's to tell you that there is a lacuna. In Makurdi, we have a member representing Makurdi Guma. We have some other members that are representing us. We have a senator. Should Governor Alia come back to this place for the thank you tour, and these people are not also there, are you not observing that the state and the federal is disconnected here in the state? And if there is that disconnect, don't you think it will affect development? The governor cannot do it alone. What do you have to say about that? Because we need to do something.
Yes, on that issue, yes, governor cannot do it alone. But there are some certain areas that even now, that some of them seems to shy away from the activities in the state, but it's still moving. Because at the end of the day, it's not then they will be scoring, it's him as a governor. So period who was on throne is the governor. So, but for political reason or for some certain interests, there may be a certain kind of divisions, because if you look at what is happening now, this has not been happening before. Maybe when House of Rep or Senate will come to a state and the governor will have to do some certain kind of things. But through doing that, his hand will be tied. He cannot do any other things. And since that is not working, that is why I told us earlier that this present government is not government that they kind of sharing money, and no people who go to places where they think they can get a wolf money. They can get that, and when that is not happening, they may shy away. They may try to give flimsy excuse that they are engaged in this and that. But however, that will not stop him from doing what he's supposed to do. By the time he continues, then they will realize that yes, they need to team up with him.
Now, when we talk about this issue of sharing money, money too is our money. The governor gave up to 27 million.
Okay.
Only in for the 3 local governments that he visited.
Okay.
It's about the highest amount that has ever been given. So the narrative about the governor is not giving money, and all of that. Finally, what do you think about? Because from all indications, seems even money the governor is also giving people that deserve the money they are supposed to be given.
There are levels that they are expecting that they has not even reached. Maybe on the basis of individual.
On the basis of individual. Okay, the one individual sharing.
Yes.
Well, very many thanks. I must appreciate you, Paul Uga, for being here this morning. I want to say thank you so much for being a part of the program. We could have another one anytime soon. I appreciate you for your voice this morning.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
It's nice being here again.
So, this is where we have to say goodbye, and so you may join us on Friday for an equally thrilling and captivating edition of the program. My name is Japhet Kwahom. Let's watch out for the rest of the thank you tour of His Excellency.